great. Somebody could just shout hello in the chat. That would be fantastic. Make sure I am hearable. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So we'll get started in just a couple minutes. We're starting a bit late, but it is our final presentation of the day, so we can go ahead. We can take a couple more minutes. After the presentation, after the presentation, I will stick around for about 15-20 minutes to help anybody out if they're having some issues or have some questions. So yeah, and feel free to ask during the presentation as well. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the presentation from Professor Polakis. Go ahead and get started. Welcome to our last presentation of the day. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed the presentations that we've had so far and are looking forward to tomorrow's presentations. This will be the final presentation before you'll be able to actually start doing a little bit of hacking. So yeah, let's go and get started here. So we're going to be using a website called TryHackMe. I don't know if you're not familiar with it. It's basically a tool. It's a website that allows you to run what are called rooms, and these rooms have sort of tasks. And there are some rooms that are not guided at all. They're intended for you to join the room. And just all you have to do is get the flag, and that's the goal of the room, and that's it. But there are a lot of rooms that are helpful for learning that can walk you through every single step of the way, teaching you exactly how, usually they'll teach you like what you need to know, and then you'll research the command a bit, and then you'll like put in what the command was and stuff like that. So it's very, very nice for that. I like using it, and we'll be keeping track of the scores and everything through this site. Real quick thing, I put the WSL link guide in the description. This guide will assume that you're using Mac or Linux, so make sure that you have WSL2 installed so you have your Linux environment if you're on Windows. If you have any issues with that, I'll be around after the presentation for a bit. You can ask some questions. So creating a TryHackMe account. We'll go ahead and walk through this. Let me switch over to the other screen. So TryHackMe. So like a normal website, join now. You can put your website, your username in here. You can go ahead. Well, it looks like there's a limit to. That'll be my username. Go ahead. Generate password real quick. Do this in. All right. So go ahead. All right, there we go. Now, here's the caveat. You do need to use your UIC email. I am going to be using another email of mine, but you need to use your UIC email here, and I'll show you why in just a second. So go ahead and enter in your email here, and go ahead and get signed up. I think it will ask you to verify your email. And then once you're actually signed up, go ahead and log in with your UIC email. I am not a robot. All right. So once you've logged in, it'll probably look a little bit different. You won't see like anything in here. It'll be completely, fresh. So you'll have a couple of steps. The first one is to go to your profile, and then under your, I believe it's about you, yeah. So go to your about you, and then at the very bottom, you'll see your experience level. Even if you are a complete beginner, make sure that you select intermediate. This is because the King of the Hill competition requires you, in order to join, you have to self-select that you're at an intermediate level. Our CTFs are built around beginner level, but they do require you to select intermediate. I don't know why that is, but yeah, go ahead and select intermediate here so that you can join the CTF or the King of the Hill. And then the second thing to do is to go ahead and go under compete and workspace. And then in here in their workspace, unfortunately, I don't have a spare UIC account to show you this. Let me see if TryHackMe has pictures. I don't think it does. So yeah, they don't have pictures here. It's a relatively new thing, so they haven't exactly gone. They just released it like a month ago, so they haven't gone and like added a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. But if you go under compete and workspace, you should see an option to enter in your university name, and then you can just enter in University of Illinois at Chicago. You can go ahead and add that, and then you'll be added to the leaderboard, and all of your activity will show up. Learning path matter? No, you can choose whatever. And then you should see everybody in the leaderboard, hopefully, whoever's joined. So I'll give people a minute or two to go ahead and do that. While I'm switching over to back to the presentation. All right. So once you've gone ahead and gotten your account set up, you will need to go ahead and connect to TryHackMe. It's a fairly simple process. Um, what this will do will allow you to connect to the other machines that you are trying to, attack, as it may be. Um, so this is a pretty important step. Now this can run on all systems, Windows, Mac, or Linux. It is system agnostic, independent, so um, you can do it on any system. I don't know how well it works with WSL2. You may have to use the OpenVPN package in WSL2, um, or the GUI application, and I'll show you. I'll show you that right now. So what you want to go ahead and do, go to openvpn.net. Um, VPN client, OpenVPN Connect. Make sure you go to VPN client, OpenVPN Connect, and not something else, because this is how you'll be able to actually connect. And then you can choose your operating system here, and then go ahead and install it just like you would any other program. Once you have that, wait for it to open, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Wait for it to open. It might say like import OVPN file or something like that. Make sure that you go ahead and just add your OpenVPN file, which we're going to get in just a second. For some reason you can't verify your email. Yeah, it might be in your spam folder. That's a good point. Thank you. Looks like we got 2 more people in here. Awesome. We got purple. Looks like Dan. Welcome, Dan. Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and grab our OpenVPN file. So you click on your icon over here, and you click Access, and then this will give you this screen. At this point, choose the VPN server that's closest to you, and you download your configuration file. I don't know why I was on EU regular, but my VPN profile has likely broken now because I clicked that. That's very unfortunate. So I'll go ahead and show you how to remove. So you just go in here. Oops. Oh, no, it still works. So yeah, you just click this little add button, go to your file. You can drag it in or you can browse however you want to. Why do we need VPN here? So it'll sort of self-explain itself in a minute, but in order to be able to, obviously it would be very insecure for them to create these machines and just make them public and open to everyone. So you use a VPN profile so you can VPN into your own little environment that is only has the machines that you're attacking. And I believe that this OpenVPN connection, I mean, I wouldn't personally keep it on unless I'm actually working on in TryHackMe, just for security reasons. But it only sends the traffic directed at the TryHackMe servers. It only sends that through the VPN, so it doesn't send like all your traffic through the VPN. Hopefully that answers your question. So go ahead and add it, and then you can click the green. You can click on the profile, this little button, and you'll get connected here. Then you can hit this reload button. Give it a couple tries. Okay, maybe regenerating this actually did break something. So let me go ahead and disconnect this. Edit, delete profile, file. You drag this over. Some. Alright, let's try this now. There we go. Now you got a green check mark on connected. That means you're pretty much good to go. Can you run through how to download OpenVPN? Trying to verify. Yep. Yeah, so you just type in OpenVPN. It should be like the first one here, openvpn.net. And then you go to VPN client, OpenVPN Connect. And then you can download for Linux, Mac, Windows, and just install it like you would any other application. All right. So now we have our VPN. We are connected to the VPN. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and start one of the rooms really quickly so we can see how this works. Does this have a machine? It does have a machine. Actually, I think I already have a machine that I put in the presentation. So let me go ahead, switch my screen over. You have to regenerate the file. No, especially if it's your first one. That's if you're having issues connecting to the VPN for some reason and you didn't change servers. But if you change servers, it'll automatically regenerate. But if you're having issues with your VPN file, you can try regenerating. All right. Already showed you how to get connected. So now we can actually test it. So I already created a little okay, why are you breaking now? Come on. There we go. All right. My presentation disappeared. That's awesome. All right. Switch back over to all right. So here's an example room. You can go ahead and start this machine. This is free and open to everyone. All of the ones that I'll be linking are free and open to anyone to test with. So we can go ahead and start the machine here. Now you do have to wait 1 minute before it becomes available. So yeah, we'll just give it a second. We'll just give it a minute. That'll give everybody just a minute to get ahead. Now you can use this room to test with. Now I would not recommend going too far ahead in this. It is it's a beginner one, but it's for what we're doing, it's a bit of an intermediate one, an intermediate room, because this is going to have a lot of stuff that we're not going to cover, like hash cracking. So 5 more seconds. Now we have the IP address. Let's go ahead and copy this. You can click the little button here. Go back to your terminal. And you can just ping this IP address. type ping IP address. Now if you get that error, that means that your VPN is not working, or the machine is still starting up. There we go. Now we get the 64 bytes. That means that it is working properly. If you get this error, that could mean that you're not connected to the VPN, or you need to wait a little bit, a couple minutes before the machine finishes starting up. So if you can do this, then you're pretty much good to go. If you want to run a quick test, you can use nmap -sc-sv and then the IP address to do your first ever nmap scan. So we'll let that run. And I did put I believe I'll go ahead and put it in the, you can choose any server. So the VPN, if you have two options. You have URL and you have file. Choose file and import it there. Change servers, yeah, I don't know. You shouldn't have to regenerate the file or anything. You shouldn't have any issues. You can use any server that you want. Yeah, you can use any server that you want. It's for speed's sake, and to know which server to put the machines that you're loading up on. So it's the fastest. You wouldn't want to choose somewhere in like East Asia, or it's going to take a really long time for your stuff to go through. So awesome. I'm gonna let this nmap scan go for a minute. These scans can usually take a little bit. So which file is it asking for? The one that I showed you how to get in the on TryHackMe. So to recall really quickly, go to your icon, go to access, choose your whichever is closest to you. So for most of us, this can be US East, and then click download my configuration file. Awesome. I'm going to switch back over to presentation real quick. So now it's your turn. So I linked both of the rooms that we went over earlier today. So from the other two presentations, you can go ahead and start working on those and getting some points. So yeah, we will be working through a lot of what's needed to complete the room that we were just on, this basic pen testing JT. But for now, you should have everything you need to know to start on these two rooms, and I'll go ahead and post those in the chat real quick. That didn't work. There's room 1, and there is room 2. Awesome. So you can go ahead and start working through those. And yeah, I think that's the end of. Yep, we're just a minute over. Tomorrow. Oh, actually, perfect timing. Let me go ahead switch over. The nmap scan finished. We can see in here, we'll cover this tomorrow. We see we have port 22 is open, port 80 is open, port 139 is open, port 445 is open, port 8009 is open. We can see all the things that are running on it. So yeah. Again, we're going to cover this tomorrow. Our first presentation tomorrow is going to be the nmap presentation at, I believe it is 7 o'clock. That'll be our first presentation. We'll cover nmap, the first tool that pretty much any pen tester will use on a network after they've done all their information gathering. So yeah, I will be jumping into the Discord. I'll be hopping into a VC for a little bit. If anybody has any questions, they can just feel free to hop in and ask. All right. Otherwise, everybody have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.